twilight of the 1980s, when every roar on the track spoke of raw power and uncompromising design, two supercars emerged as icons of their era. Their names, Ferrari F40 and Porsche 959, became synonymous with speed, technology, and the relentless pursuit of perfection. This is the story of those machines, a tale of engineering genius, high-octane drama, and the pursuit of performance that still stokes the fires of automotive passion today. It began at a time when the boundaries of automotive performance were constantly being redrawn. Ferrari, a name already steeped in racing heritage and flamboyant success, sought to create a car that would encapsulate their philosophy: pure, unadulterated speed. The result was the F40, a car that was designed to do one thing and do it exceptionally: go fast. Engineered by the visionary Nicola Materazzi, the F40 was built in a remarkably short period, just 13 months. It was born out of a desire not for luxury, but for performance. Every line of its design, every curve of its carbon fiber body was meant to serve a single purpose: to unleash a ferocious spirit on the road and track. Journalists marveled at the simplicity of its design. The F40's suspension, derived directly from racing technology, was described as a masterpiece of engineering, a throwback to an era when performance was king, and every component was optimized for speed. Even from the passenger seat, one could feel the car's racing DNA in every vibration and every shift of lateral forces through corners. Yet, despite its awe-inspiring pedigree, the F40 had its idiosyncrasies. At low engine speeds, its power delivery was almost subdued, a calm before the storm. It wasn't until the tachometer climbed past 3,000 RPM that the engine roared to life, unleashing an explosive surge of power accompanied by a deafening noise that shook the very soul of anyone listening. This was not a refined supercar. It was a raw, unfiltered beast. In a parallel universe of automotive ambition, Porsche was also pushing the envelope. Their answer to the increasing demand for extreme performance was the Porsche 959. A marvel of technology, the 959 was as much about innovation as it was about speed. With its advanced all-wheel drive system, state-of-the-art electronics, and a body crafted from a mix of metal and plastic, the 959 represented a different philosophy. A marriage of technology and performance that promised precision and stability. British journalists, having had the chance to drive both machines, noticed striking differences. They recalled that while the Porsche 959 truly came alive only after reaching 4,500 RPM, the Ferrari F40 was much more immediate in its response. The F40's torque began surging from as low as 2,500 RPM, reaching its full potential by around 3,500 RPM. This provided a visceral, exhilarating experience. Each gear change felt like a heartbeat of pure mechanical adrenaline. Test drives and spirited laps on racetracks revealed the F40's character. The aggressive sound of its turbocharged V8 echoed with every shift, while the sensation of speed was magnified by the car's uncompromising stance. In contrast, the Porsche, with its smoother, more measured power delivery, catered to those who valued precision and refined control over raw excitement. The F40 was the embodiment of a racing car brought to the road, a machine where every element, from the racing seats to the tightly secured harnesses, spoke of uncompromising performance. In May 1988, the rivalry took on a tangible form when German automotive journalists had the opportunity to pit the two supercars against each other. In a side-by-side comparison, the numbers painted an intriguing picture. The Ferrari F40 was priced at 444,000 German marks, while the Porsche 959 came in slightly lower at 420,000 marks. The F40 boasted a muscular 478 horsepower against the 959's 450. Acceleration tests revealed that the F40 could sprint from 0 to 200 km/h in 12 seconds, while the Porsche 959 required 13.3 seconds for the same feat. Yet, the devil was in the details. The Porsche's sophisticated all-wheel drive system allowed it to launch to 100 km/h in just 3.7 seconds, thanks to its more controlled power delivery and less wheel spin at the start. Meanwhile, the F40, launching in a blaze of raw energy with considerable wheel spin, took 4.6 seconds to hit the same mark. But as speeds increased, the Ferrari's true character shone through. By the time both machines reached 200 km/h, the F40's acceleration was not only competitive, it outperformed the Porsche's factory specifications by reaching 200 km/h in a mere 11 seconds. On the track, these performance differences translated into tangible experiences. While the Porsche 959 exuded an air of composed efficiency with its elegant, high-tech construction, a galvanized steel body, aluminum hoods and doors, and a plethora of electronic aids, the Ferrari F40 was stripped down to its bare essentials. It was a car that offered only what was necessary for speed: an engine, a steering wheel, wheels, and brakes. Options like air conditioning or a catalytic converter were available on order, but they were mere afterthoughts to a car whose very essence was racing. The head-to-head comparisons sparked debates that still echo in automotive circles. Could raw power and a race-tuned chassis truly trump the technological prowess of a machine like the 959? Many observers believe that on tracks with tight corners, where the visceral response of the engine and the immediate surge of torque mattered most, the F40 had a distinct advantage. However, the Porsche's superior handling and stability made it the choice for drivers who favored a more forgiving, predictable ride. By 1989, the F40 was subjected to extensive road tests by German journalists who were eager to see how the car would perform outside of the controlled environment of the racetrack. For these tests, a slightly more comfortable version of the F40 was provided. One that included features such as an air conditioner, conventional roll-down windows instead of the minimalist sliding ones, and 3-point seatbelts in lieu of the bulky 6-point racing harnesses. Even with these additions, the car's core philosophy remained intact. Stepping into the F40 was an experience in itself. The interior was Spartan. No lavish materials, no distracting gadgets, just a cockpit designed purely for performance. Despite the seemingly austere conditions, reviewers noted that the seats were surprisingly comfortable, even on long journeys. The dashboard was uncluttered, and every control was placed with precision, ensuring that the driver remained fully connected to the car's dynamics. One of the more charming aspects of the F40 was its engine startup. Instead of a traditional key ignition, the car featured a dedicated rubber button, a nod to older, more mechanical times. This simple mechanism set the tone for what was to follow: a smooth, effortless engine start, followed by an immediate, visceral response as the turbocharged V8 came to life. In urban settings, the F40's refined engineering shone through. Despite its race car nature, it was capable of stable, smooth driving at low speeds. The engine maintained a steady pull from around 1,500 RPM, and even in stop-and-go traffic, the car's performance was consistently robust. The cooling system was equally impressive, keeping the engine temperature in check even when the car was crawling through city traffic. Yet, it was on the racetrack that the F40 truly revealed its soul. In timed runs, the car achieved an astonishing 11 seconds from 0 to 200 km/h and completed a 1-kilometer run in just 21 seconds. The roar of its engine, raw and unfiltered, filled the cockpit, creating an auditory experience that some described as acoustic hell, a fitting tribute to its original nickname, Le Mans. The steering was razor sharp, transmitting every nuance of the road surface to the driver. The suspension, derived from high-performance racing technology, allowed the car to negotiate corners at speeds that made even experienced drivers strain their neck muscles just to keep their gaze level. The brakes were powerful, delivering deceleration forces in excess of 1 G, yet the design of the car prevented the wheels from locking up on dry asphalt, a testament to the careful calibration between raw power and driver control. Despite these extraordinary capabilities, the F40 was not without its limitations. On wet roads, the combination of high power and wide tires meant that traction could be compromised, leading to aquaplaning at speeds where one would expect full grip. Even for drivers with honed skills, the car demanded respect. Its potential far exceeded the comfort level of many, making every drive an adrenaline-fueled challenge. When Ferrari initially announced the F40, they planned to produce 450 units, a number that was quickly outstripped by demand. The allure of owning a piece of automotive history, combined with the car's unyielding performance, led Ferrari to ramp up production to 700 units, and eventually, just over 1,300 cars were manufactured. Most of these were finished in the iconic Ferrari red, although a few rare examples emerged in yellow, black, and even a bespoke white for the Sultan of Brunei. As the F40 gained notoriety, it also became a coveted collector's item. Ferrari took measures to control the resale market by stipulating conditions in the purchase agreements, hoping to curb rampant speculation. However, the fervor among collectors and enthusiasts proved impossible to tame. Stories soon emerged of high-profile transactions. For instance, Formula One champion Nigel Mansell reportedly sold his F40 for a handsome profit just months after acquiring it. And in 1990, a single F40 was traded for a staggering £1 million. Such tales only heightened the mythos surrounding the car. The legacy of the F40, however, extends beyond its record-breaking performance and its astronomical price tags. It became the embodiment of a philosophy, an era when cars were built as machines for the pure thrill of driving, unburdened by the distractions of modern electronics and luxury comforts. In the F40, every component was there for one reason and one reason only: to create an unforgettable driving experience that blurred the line between road car and race car. Even after its production ceased, the F40's influence continued to ripple through the automotive world. Special racing variants were developed under names such as F40 Le Mans, LM, GTC, Competizione, and GTE. These versions were not meant for everyday roads, but were built for those who sought the ultimate expression of Ferrari's engineering, a car that could be further modified for competitive racing. Renowned figures like Giuliano Michelotto, who oversaw many of these modifications, ensured that the racing spirit of the F40 would live on, even as new legends like the McLaren F1 GTR emerged in the following decade. Today, the Ferrari F40 stands not only as a symbol of the high-octane 1980s, but as an enduring myth in automotive history. It is remembered as the last car personally approved by Enzo Ferrari, a final, defiant statement from a man who revolutionized racing and road cars alike. The F40's raw, unbridled performance and its no-compromise approach to engineering continue to inspire collectors, engineers, and enthusiasts around the world. Every time an F40 roars down a track or is seen on a public road, it evokes a bygone era, a time when speed was the ultimate goal, and every drive was an act of rebellion against mediocrity. It is a story of passion, innovation, and the relentless pursuit of excellence. Its legacy is written not just in the annals of automotive magazines or on the walls of collector garages, but in the hearts of those who understand what it truly means to chase the horizon at breakneck speed. The Ferrari F40 remains a masterpiece, a distillation of pure performance, where every rev of the engine, every shift of the gear, and every lap on the track tells a story of relentless ambition and the timeless pursuit of speed. In the end, it is not just a car, it is a legend, a chapter in the epic tale of motoring history that continues to captivate and inspire.